Good morning. Today we are going to start with a new chapter, that is force, work and energy. Force, work and energy. An object cannot be moved without pushing and pulling it. It means that the push and the pull that can make a object move is known as the force. Anything that you are pushing or pulling so that the object is moving because of that pushing and pulling, that ability is known as the force. When an object moves a distance on applying a force or changes its place on applying a force, we said that the work is done here because the object changed its place or distance. Now, to ability to do work is known as energy. Whenever we are doing any work or whenever we are applying any force on the object so that work can occur, we must have energy in that body. So the ability to do work is known as energy. All the three, force, work and energy, are interrelated to each other. It means that whenever you have to do any work you require force, and to apply force you must have energy. For example, if you want to move the light object, you will use the light force, and again the energy is used here is light. But to move the heavy object, heavy force is required, as well as the heavy energy is required. Now come to the force, a push or a pull that makes the stationary object. Stationary object means the object which is not moving at all, it is at rest. The push or pull that move the stationary object or even can stop the moving object is known as force. For example, it is harder the push the further the object moves. For example, if you push a ball in the same direction of its motion, it moves further. If the ball is coming, whenever you play the bat ball, you see that when the bowler bowls the balls gives you the balls, you hit that ball with the bat. It means that by the use of the force you change the direction of the ball. Next, there are different effects of the force. Number one, that force can move the stationary object. As the object is at rest, the force can move that object. Force can change the speed of the moving object. If you want to stop that object, you can easily stop with the help of force. If you want to give that object a push so that it can move very fast, you can again use the force in that. For example, if you are riding a bicycle and you want to ride the bicycle very fast, again you will push the bicycle or pedal the bicycle very hard, and your bike start moving or bicycle start moving at very high speed. Next, a force can change the direction of the moving object, as we seen in the cricket or in the football. By the application of the force, we can change the direction of the ball here. And number four, a force can change the shape and size of the object. For example, you are having a ball and you want to, if you apply the force and you apply the force on that ball, the ball gets squeezed. Again, when the ball gets squeezed, it shows that due to your force the shape and size of the ball get changed. So to do the different kind of activity, we apply the force in the different way. They are the two type of natural forces that occur on us, or that our body experienced all the time, whether we are sleeping, standing, sitting, doing any activity. That is the force of gravity, which is known as the gravitational force, and the force of friction, which is also known as the frictional force. These are the two type of the forces that our body experienced all the time. Now come to the force of the gravity, which is also known as the gravitational force. Whenever you drop any object from the height, it always come to the ground. Why? Because there is an invisible force which attract that body towards the ground or towards the earth, and that force is known as the gravity. That's why whatever object that may be a heavy or light in weight, you just push it up, ultimately it come on the ground because of the force that pulls all the object towards the earth, that is known as the gravity. All the object around us, like the tree, water, animal, building, air we breathe, are held in the places because of the earth's gravity. Even we start flying in the space because there is no gravity. Earth has gravity, but the space do not has any gravity. Next is friction. Start rubbing your hand. When you rub your hand becomes hot. Why? Because of the force which is start developing between the palm of your hands, that is known as the friction. Friction occurs when the two things rub against each other or slide over each other. It means that Because of the friction, the heat generates. For example, a moving ball can stop if after covering some distance. Whenever you apply any force on the ball and after some distance the ball gets stopped. Why? Because of the friction between the ball and the ground. The heavy object, the stronger the force of friction is. It means it required a lot of efforts to move the heavy object. Again, if the object is light, we require light force and we can easily move that body. Friction is useful and harmful for both to us. Without friction, we can't walk, we can't ride, we can't sit, we can't do the jumping activity, you can't ride the bicycles, etc. Different things. But it is harmful on the same way, because when the friction occurs, it releases the heat energy. Due to that heat energy, sometime the object may catch the fire and result in the wearing, tearing of that object. Next is the work. We know that whenever we use force, the object is going to be moved some distance or some place. It distance is covered, and that in the terms of science is known as work done. It means that when I am reading the book or you are reading the book, in that case work is not done. Although our force is used, our energy is going to be used, but no work is done, because the place of the book, the position of the book, or the different objects around you is at same position. But when I get stand up and I take this book from the bedroom to the dining room, then I can say that the work is done here, because the book is going to change its position. So in the science, whenever we on the object we are applying any force, and if that object changes position a little bit or a more, and that terms we say that the work is done. For example, if I said you just stand up and push up the wall right against in front of you, again you will apply a lots of force, lots of energy on it, but still the wall do not move. In my terms or in the science term, is that the work is not done here, because the position of wall do not change at all. So what is work? Work is the force multiply the distance covered by the object when we apply the force. Simple machines, the machines which makes our work easier, are known as a simple machine. They have only one part to do with the work. Even the knife, the nail cutter, or the different type of bicycles, your different type of appliances like scissor is there, your inclined planes are there, your screws are there, all are example of the simple machines which makes your work very easy. These includes the inclined plane, wheel and axle, lever, pulley, wedge, screw and gear. They are a different type of the simple machine. Number one is the inclined plane. We know that inclined plane is a flat surface than the higher one. It look like this. This is the inclined plane. Okay, it look like a slide. So in this, less energy and less force is required to move the object from the higher places to the lower places. That's why instead of stair or anything, we use this inclined plane to move the person over the wheelchair. Next is the lever. Lever is an arm that the pivot turns against the fulcrum. Even you can see the scissor. Scissor is joined at the center point. This is the fulcrum. From that point it is attached and it works in the pair. Just like the switch, the scissor, the broom, the toaster handle are the example of the leveler. Next is the wheel and axle. Wheel and axle is such shape. One object is in like a wheel position or the wheel shape, and another is the axle which like a stick which goes into the wheel and gives you the wheel and axle shape. Because of this wheel, the wheels of the bicycle and the cars are easily to move and takes a heavy object all through. Next is the wedge. Wedge has two inclined planes ending in the sharp edges. They help in the cutting. And X is the best example of the wedge, even the knife and the razor, because the front end they are sharp, then the back end they are blunt. Next is the pulley. Pulley is used basically a wheel and the rope so that they can pull the bucket or the lower weight up easily. Even the crane and when the women draw the water from the well, they use the process of the woolly. Even here the curtain drops also use the process of the woolly. Even the flag poles during the time of Independence Day and the Republic Day are opened by the process of pulley. Next is the screw. Screw is an inclined plane again that has around a cylindrical sharp edges, and the cuts are there. And they lift they used to lift the vehicles for and a lid of the jar, a drill, a bolt, a bottle cap, or follows the screw shape. Next is the gear. Gear is such a simple machine which is having a tooth wheel. This you can see that this is the tooth shaped, so that the two wheels are attached in a such position that the third wheel will move automatically. You can see this gear in the clocks, wall clocks hanging in your room. Next is the energy. We need energy to do the activities. We know that there are two type of energy. One is the kinetic energy, and next is the potential energy. The energy of an object due to its motion is called kinetic energy. It means that when the object is moving, it has the kinetic energy. When the energy of an object due to its position is called potential energy. It means that when the object is at rest position, that has some energy which is known as the potential energy. There are different forms of energy as well: the electric energy, heat energy, light energy, solar energy, sound energy, magnetic energy, chemical energy, nuclear energy, atomic energy. We can easily change one form of energy into another by the help of the simple machines, even by the help of different machines as well. How? Number one is the sun. Sun is the main source of energy on the earth, and the energy which we get from the sun is the solar energy. We can convert that solar energy into the chemical energy, or the light energy, or the heat energy, to generate the electricity. Even the wind energy is the second source of energy, which is caused due to the movement of the windmill blades, due to the help of the wind. It means that it also help in the sailboat to move, or we can convert that wind energy into the electric energy by the help of windmills. Next is the water energy. It is also an important source of energy. Moving water again has some possess of lots of energy, and that's why we build dam across the river, so that we can convert that water, which means the hydro energy, convert the water energy into the electricity, and thus this type of energy is known as hydroelectricity, which we use to generate the electricity. Thank you and have a nice day.